I'm not supposed to be.
I just want to
For my family,
I keep the door
on the right side of
Things say I
me.
chose.
Then tonight you will see.
Welcome, Urban Migration, episode 10. Thank you, Zach, for that. We have a special guest in this spot, and my name is Dwayne, aka Johnson, and we got my
Jordan Lewis here. What's up?
not my Jordan Lewis, like sorry, no fire stuff. Go
My
ahead.
boy, yeah. No, what's up, yo?
So who's our guest we have spot?
Welcome to the Urban Migration Podcast. Today we got
Yes.
Risky here with us. Is it just Risky?
It's Risky G.
Risky G.
The Urban Migration Podcast is sponsored by G Original Clothing, Third Degree Everywhere, Jump Shot Records, Comets Crew.
Yeah. Big house. So my boy here is from Toronto. He's been in Calgary for a few months now.
Yeah, 8 months.
8 months. Whoa, dog. How, so is there a lot of culture shock involved in that? At 8 months, to be honest, I thought it was like 2.
The way it seemed, like I thought it was a little bit too, but time passed. No, it was 8 months. I came here last year.
Word, dog.
Ending of last year, man.
Yeah, so you got the full experience of Calgary winters and all that.
Yeah, the whole winter, now basically almost the whole summer, you know.
Had you been here before?
Yeah, I came here before, what was it, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
My mom used to live out here. She was out here for a year, so
Right.
I came to come and visit her for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. But it was winter time then too, so I didn't really get to do too much. But now I experienced a whole bunch, you know.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I think it's been 2 months is because I've seen you out and about and doing a lot of things in the short time that I've known you, which I guess has been 2 months. So,
Yeah, about that.
yeah. Have you been kind of hitting it hard the entire 8 months you've been here and getting out in the scene?
No, well, at first it was just more like I needed time to reflect. You know what I mean? I needed space from Toronto.
Word.
You know, so I came
Yeah.
over here. My bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a female, and just they embraced me. You know what I mean? So at first it was more just like taking time off, cooling my head. You know what I mean?
Word.
Getting to know the place and whatnot, and then slowly but surely, all this,
Yeah.
all this started happening. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was here to see it from the start.
Word,
And
bro.
yeah, man, I love it. I'm impressed. You know,
That's good
it's
to
good
hear.
stuff.
Man.
Yeah,
Yeah, you've seen it all kind of from behind the scenes. So
yeah,
like,
exactly.
when you first kind of saw what we were doing, or you even knew the vision before it came to fruition, before I
Facts.
got involved. So
Facts.
when you first became made aware of it until what it is now, you being sitting here on the couch, being on it, like what,
Watching.
how was the timeline? For
Bro, I was here when my brother started to write down stuff on a paper and talk about what he's gonna do and
Yeah.
you know his visions. And at that time, we're all excited, so we were saying everything. We're throwing everything in, like
Yeah.
you should do this, you should do that. What's gonna happen? We're comparing to other podcasts, like in the States and whatnot,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. And back then, like we didn't know what to expect.
Word.
But now that it's actually here and it's going, like things are looking good. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's only bigger and better. It can only get bigger and better. You know?
100%.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
you're our first double-digit episode, and I feel like that's super appropriate because you're leaving
Facts.
soon too, right?
Yeah, man. My time here is, coming to an end, man. You know what I mean? I got things happening in Toronto that I gotta go and deal with. You know what I mean? I got
Word,
family out there, my kids. You know what I mean, and everything. So I gotta go out there and deal with my wife. I'm married too.
Word. Oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm married.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I have my
Yeah.
wife out there as well. So I gotta
Yeah.
go and fix everything, get everything together. You know what I mean, and do what I need to do. You know.
Nice, dog.
Yeah.
So do you feel like was it a trip, a vacation, or?
As I said, like, there was lots going on at the time when I
Yeah.
left. So it was more like just to get away for headspace to clear my head, you know what I mean, and figure out what my next move's gonna be.
For sure.
You know, and what I'm gonna do. And I also have kids out here too.
Oh, word, dog.
Yeah, I have an adopted son and my 2 daughters are out here. You know what I mean?
Hey, man,
so
yeah.
I had to come out here and spend time with them and stuff like that too. I had to make time for everybody,
Word,
and it's not
bro.
easy. It's hard. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's
but I,
wild,
yeah,
yeah.
I did it though. I did it. You know what I mean?
Good for you, bro. Because,
Yeah.
like, for me, man, I complain so often on the people I have to deal with professionally, and there's very few people. Sorry. Yeah.
No, I hear that. I hear that.
There's
I
very
hear
few
that.
people I have to deal with on a personal level where I like owe them anything. You know what I mean? Or like I have to show up properly for them. So it's good that you got that, man. But like, do you feel like you cleared your head and like you're now in a different headspace? Or do you feel like you're more equipped to deal
Yeah,
with
well, I quit smoking weed. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
we
Like,
just
yeah, I
talked,
was smoking.
yeah.
Yeah, I quit smoking weed. You know what I mean? I don't even drink that much anymore. I had a lot of time to myself.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of time to think, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I come from a religious background. My mom's a pastor.
Word.
You know what I mean? So I had a lot of time to like spend with God, reading my Bible,
Hey.
getting focused, you know what I mean? And seeing what I need to do as a man, where I need to go, you know what I mean? Things that could be like things I need to change within myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Try to be prideless, you know what I mean? And like just understand, like look at things from a different aspect, because I used to always just not think and just act, not care about people's feelings and just talk.
Yeah.
You know, so I got a lot of time to sit back here and just analyze everything and just get more knowledge and understanding on how to be a better human individual for myself and for other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it did help. I'm glad I did come out here and get to spend time with my bro, and as I said, my adopted son and my family.
Word.
You know, my new family here now that I have. You know what I mean? So.
Well, even with our migration now, I feel like we're like we started as a family, and now I feel like it's solidified because we've come a long way, and we've seen each other for more hours than I think I've seen a lot of people in my life, close or not close. So the bond is there.
Got brothers and sisters here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brothers from another. You know what I mean? And sisters from another. So
100%.
I'm glad. I'm a little sad too. I can't lie, because you know, as I said, we gained that fellowship, that bond. You know what I mean? And then now I have to leave but it's not done. We're locked in.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna be back. You know what I mean? We have the contacts to link and stay in touch. You know what I mean? And stuff like that, and let you guys know what's going on out there.
Yeah.
And then maybe there's things I'm gonna be doing out there that I can help bring to the table over here, and you guys can do the same for me. You know what I mean?
That's what it is, bro. And I feel like that fits kind of the nature of what we're doing, especially with the title, Urban Migration. Like, honestly, having like a soldier, I'll just describe you as a soldier, but a man in Toronto, in another city that's on our side and vouching for us from afar.
Exactly.
Online, we're all just neighbors, right?
Yeah.
But to have you across the country doing your thing there, like, I don't know, it's only a matter of time before we do episode 100 in Toronto. With you as our first guest for that, right?
Facts.
Yeah.
You know?
One question I want to tap into though, because this means a lot to me. Like you're kind of stepping into this new mode of existence and like not smoking and stuff like that. For me, like I was raised pretty religiously as well on your Christianity, but it only took me up until this, and I'm in my 30s now, where I feel like I'm actually starting to follow what the rules and guidelines that have been taught my entire life are. And as I adhere to those more, I notice myself kind of tiptoeing in a more peaceful way through life. So why do you think it's taken us like decades of life to kind of follow what we've been taught for years?
You know why? Couple things. Our surrounding, the people that we're around, you know what I mean? And another thing which is key, I think, which is major, is that for our whole life we've been satisfying the flesh.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you're satisfying the flesh, unconsciously you're just doing things that the flesh wants you to do, you know? And it becomes like, I want to say like a ritual, you know, smoking weed, drinking, or going to after hours, or just listening to certain music and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
It's more for the flesh, but a lot of times in the back of your mind, like if you're saying you were raised in a Christian home, you would know like your inside conscious tells you like you shouldn't be doing this
100%,
all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But we still do it
Yeah.
because you're satisfying the flesh. The flesh has a stronghold on us.
Yeah.
So we're doing things like knowingly, but also unknowingly. So when you have, like for me, being out here for so long, away from Toronto, where I'm originally from,
Yeah.
that's what gave me more time to reflect and more time to understand and really look into what am I doing? Do I want to do this anymore? What is it doing for me? I've been smoking for over 30 years.
Yeah.
So I've been high for 30 years, bro. I've been drunk 30 years. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So what do I need to continue to do that for? I don't. And remember, in Christianity, they say your body's the temple. So you want to keep your body good. You want to keep your body clean. You want to cleanse it from all these things that you're polluting your body with, which is the smoking, the drinking, whatever
Yeah.
drugs that people do.
Yeah.
And I don't want that. I want to be healthy. I want a longer life. So those things were important to me to stop doing. You know what I mean? To cut out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
See, I love that, man, because like to me that's like a form of negativity that you're not allowing into yourself, such that you don't even transmute that into other ways. That negativity, you don't exude that out into the world. And so those are physical substances that we're talking about. But even like today, I know we've all kind of had these conversations around people's comments and coming at us for the podcast for different reasons. We're having opinions when opinions of negativity, let's put it that way. How do we shield ourselves against that, and kind of in the same light we described about avoiding?
You just continue to do what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because it's if you don't have opinions and negative opinions, that means you're not doing nothing. You know what I mean? And everybody from the outside is going to have their opinions on what they think you guys should do, what you guys shouldn't do. But at the end of the day, you guys are only humans. You know, and plus you guys are doing things that maybe people want to do, and then you guys are doing things that like people will look at it like I would have did it different. Well, then go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have your people to tell you what they didn't like and what you should do different. That's always gonna be a factor in life for everybody. You can like look at Drake. People are talking about him and what he should do and he shouldn't do, and he's one of the best rappers in the world. Mariah Carey, people are talking about her. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. Even Jesus, they stoned and talk bad about. So it doesn't matter who you are. People are gonna do that. So just expect it and just make it fuel you to contine.
Dang, dude, that hit that last bar.
You know what I mean? No, it's facts.
Yeah,
you know, it's facts.
Yo, it's not a joke. So I have to say something about that because I know that hit you, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know that you have certain atheists or certain people that don't believe in God or Jesus or whatever? We're not trying to let anybody know or let anybody feel any way about this, but it was like a kind of a joke thing. It's a real thing. A person goes, if Jesus, God was real, why would he just come and show himself so we all just get on their manners and do their thing? I go, and the person goes, yeah, he did it and we killed him. You know what I mean? And that joke hit hard. Like, I was like, bro, it's kind of true because what's the sense of someone coming through and scaring you to believe in yourself? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna actually, like, you're gonna be believing in somebody through fear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the faith is one of the biggest things, and not believing something by seeing things. Because even right now, we live in a world where seeing things, we have internet and everything, but they will still manipulate and say what we saw wasn't real. You know what I mean? So we're in this era right now, no matter what we see, we can't even believe because we have AI, and we have a whole bunch of things. For now, I could tell the difference between AI and stuff, but there's going to be a time where we're all going to get manipulated, right? So anyways, you go back to your
well, no, I think to take on that, I think we're in the middle of it because, like, someone said earlier today that numbers don't lie, but like numbers can be bought.
Exactly.
They can be flexed. And like people hide their numbers all the time when it's not going their way. So like, I don't think numbers are a good metric of a person's ability to show their value. Or a reflection of their value. I don't know what the true. I don't know how do you said to keep just doing what you're doing, right? How do you do that effectively and authentically without getting, I guess, distracted by
what people are
sauce?
saying?
Everything.
So
World
to touch on what you guys were saying earlier, we were talking about even Jesus they ridiculed, but God is such a loving God and such a humble man, and he cares about all of us. Sent his son, his only begotten son, to come and die on the cross for us. That like he gave us all a choice. It's our choice. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to protect ourselves with fear. So he doesn't want to do that where like, I'm going to show you myself so you get scared and know that I'm God. No, he's I love you so much that I want you to come to me. I want you to make the decision to want to be a part of what I'm doing. I want you to love me. I want you to read the Bible. So I'm going to give you that choice. And if you don't,
the invitation to heaven.
And the thing is, what a lot of people don't realize, and this is what's told in our religion, is that when that judgment day comes, we're all going to have, God is going to show us. I heard that yourself comes out of you and then shows your life. So if you want to lie about something, yourself will just show that time, February 1992, when you said this, that. God will come into different people in different forms to let you know that he came to you. You remember when Paul was talking to you about God? Why didn't you go to church that day? You remember when your mom's church friend came and asked you to come to church? Why didn't you come? So that was all our choices, what we choose to do. You know what I mean? So for me, as I said, I have a pastor. My mom's a pastor, so we were raised in it. So we know better. You know what I mean? So from that, it's like it's only a matter of time where it's like you really gotta like, yo, what do I want? You know, and I have kids. What kind of example do I want to set for my kids? You know, how do I want them to see their dad? You know, do I care? Am I just gonna live a certain life that's satisfying the flesh, so my kids can follow? And then when they're doing it probably worse than me, I'm mad. What example did I set? So I have to take it in from now. You know, which shouldn't have took so much years, but at least that thought is coming in where I can take action now. You know what I mean?
Well, my piece to that, man, is it just might have been years for you, but it's been generations for our people because, like,
Facts.
I think our parents went through it, their parents went through it.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know
yeah.
when it started, I don't know when it stops, but like, it seems like we're making progress. And it does suck we can't do it like now or haven't done it already. But I think having these conversations are a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
But like relating this to the music, man, I know that you've been in the game for a while. Like I seen you. It was I think it was a Fresh Talk podcast or something related to that, where it was like 20 or 25 years ago where you started out with them. Tell me.
25 years.
Was it 25
How
years?
we got old?
That's the real Toronto.
Was
It's
that?
the real Toronto, man.
real
So
Toronto.
like,
That's what we're talking about.
there's this guy named Mad Russian. Shout out to Mad Russian, yo, it's my guy.
Okay, Fresh Talk.
He came walking through the block one day and he had a camera and he was with another guy, you know, and they were like, "Is anybody a rapper here? What's going on?" And so we were talking about that. Then we had an official interview when we were at the Palace, which is at Midland and Lawrence, and I was with some guys from the West End, a guy named C4. And he was with his crew, Jet Black and the Corporation. That's what their name is, the Corporation. I was with a guy named Freeze, my boy Reds, you know what I mean? My boy Jones, Khalifa. And the Russian came and he interviewed us. And I had a freestyle that I did on there. So what had happened was that was on a DVD because he was putting a DVD together with different
Toronto
rappers,
DVD.
you know.
Yeah,
He went around all over different blocks in Toronto.
It was like 2 decades ago.
Yeah, and what happened
so
was
long, bro. Stop saying that.
Well, yo, because when you say DVD, I'm like, yo, what age?
I know.
Yeah,
for real, you're like
that was 20 years ago.
VHS.
It was 20 years. It was
I
20
was
years.
there too. I was there too.
It was 20 years ago, and so what happened was he was starting a podcast.
Yeah.
And then what he did was he addressed social media and asked them, "Who do you guys think should be my first interview on the podcast?"
So you got fan
Everybody,
choice.
I had fans. Everybody said, "Yo, Risky G from M&L." He spit the best freestyle out of everybody that rapped on there.
Also, it wasn't people who knew you; it's people who discovered you. And
So
vouched
both,
for
so
you.
fans and people that knew me, they're like, "Yo, Risky G, dog, Risky G, man, he had the
Yeah.
sickest freestyle." I seen people would come up to me and rap my bars to me and saying, "Yo, dog, your bars were sick." You know, at those times I used to get incarcerated a
He
lot.
used to get nervous, be
Yeah,
like, "Yo, what
yeah,
the fuck
yeah,
is this?
yeah,
This
yeah,
guy
yeah.
knows my whole verse." I'm like, "You have fans?" He's like, "No, I don't like that shit." I don't like that
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I'm like,
This
this
guy's
guy
trying to
won't
act
actually
like
know. He's like, he won't be lying. I was at a bar one day, and some black kid came with like 13 white boys. And I got them in the club, and it was like New Year's Eve or whatever. And they were like, I'm like trying to get people in the club. I'm like, "Yo, my brother Risky G is gonna be rapping it." And the kid goes, "Risky G," and he made all these kids come in there, and they're looking for him. And I'm like, "What are you guys looking for?" And I was like, "Yo, Risky G, he sings that song My Life, and I don't know how much time I have left." So when I seen that, I was like, "Yo, what the fuck? This kid really." So my brother's really hitting up those like people, but he's from far off, so he's not from our cities. So I'm like, he's making numbers like so. I called my brother over, and I'm like, "Yo, bro." This guy, so his kid's looking at my brother like he's looking at Michael Jackson. He's like, "Yo, bro." Yeah, so my brother's looking at him like this. "Yo, what's up?" I'm like, "Yo, this guy knows your verse. Drop the verse." The kid went off and dropped his whole verse. Bam, listen back. And then Risky looked at him. He goes, "Oh, that's some real shit. Yo, I love fans, bro." As soon as that kid left, my brother's like, "Yo, bro, what kind of shit is that, bro? I don't like that shit. Yo, did someone send this kid, bro? Yo, my whole verse." But it was funny to me because I was like, that's the first time he understood. Bro, I really make an impact not only in my own city, and like it's far off. The kid was like from Chatham, you know what I mean? Like it's far off, and we got somebody to get them all in because we were trying to pack our club at the time when we were, you know, adolescents in the club thing. And, but it was
So Chatham would be like Edmonton from there. You know what I mean?
So we were kind of like, wow, how the hell we don't even have our own friends that know our verse, and they're with us every day. No, but it was like this guy got, because with the life we live in Toronto, my brother's brain was like, "Fuck the hell," because it was threw him off. Like, how the hell is this? And that's when we started. But we could take it as acceptance, and it made him go a little harder, I think. But then it was a time like, bro, I now have a responsibility. Now people are really listening to me. What do I say? And as we were talking about the vibe of life changes and things that you believe in now, and there's times we would pretend that we were sleeping when my mom's gonna go to church. You know what I mean? So you can see my bro talking, and he has a knowledge that we just got so lucky to go through life without. We went through consequences, but lucky we're here. So for him to have the knowledge is because he made it through. We made it through. But then there's a lot of people that are going through stuff right now, like in their life, right? They don't have the knowledge of what we had capable of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's I think that when he comes back out or when he does his music right now, and he told you something what type of music he wants to do, but you can ask him that. But yeah, we're gonna keep it going on the interview. But I just felt like I had to say that. But hit up.
Well, you can say you used to get in trouble a bit.
Yeah, man. Yo, I did a lot of jail time back then, man.
Shit, eh?
Yeah, man. You hear my name, Risky G, so I would just risk anything anywhere. And because I was dumb, I was younger, like I never thought more. You know what I mean? It's just dumb choices. So I had to do a lot of time.
Was it like quick fuse where you'd retaliate, or were you applauded?
It was just more like just not thinking the whole way through about anything that's taking place at the moment. So I'm just reacting without thinking about nothing, or it doesn't matter where I am. I'm just doing whatever I feel like I need to do, especially with the crowd of people I had around me. So no one's gonna be like, yo, chill. They're gonna edge it on and help me and participate. So I made a lot of dumb choices, so I did a lot of jail time. But speaking of that, the one time I was in jail and I was on range for like 3-4 months. I was living with this guy on range, and he one day he walked by me and he's like, niggas in the game for life. So if you want to be king, you got to do shit to gain some stripes. And I'm like, I'm looking at him. I'm like, that's my verse. You know? So then I go, yo, where you hear that from? Like, you know, I go, he's like, yeah, some youth named Risky. Like, but the thing is, I've been on the range and I'm risky, and he didn't realize that it was me. So I'm like, yo, that was me. He's like, shut up. You're lying, bro. And I'm like, yo, what do you mean? Like, and there was guys on the range that knew me, that knew I did it. And they're like, yo, that's him, bro. And then when he started looking at me, and because I looked different from the time I did it to the time I was in jail.
So you look like a Somalian.
So he was like, yo, it was a Somalian you, bro.
That's funny.
And I'm like, yo, that was me. G. What do you mean that was a Somalian you? I go, yo, dog, that was me. And he's like, what? So I rapped my bars, and then he was like, so every day from that day, like, yo, I got chocolate bars, chips, anything. If man couldn't diss, if a man tried to violate, he's talking before I'm talking. And he was like, yo, dog, I love that verse. That's one of the realest verse. So, as I said, so I had fans that I didn't know, and then I had friends that told him, yo, interview Risky first. So I was the first interviewer on the Real Toronto Rebirth relaunch. With Mad Russian, you know, so shout out to Mad Russian again, and Freshie, who does Fresh Talk podcast now. You know what I mean? Those are my people. You know, Third Degree.
When was this re-up?
This was just before I came out here. So remember when you guys did the interview with Killer Dilla, and he was bigging up Third Degree. So that's Freshie. Freshie runs Third Degree, and now his podcast that he's doing is called Fresh Talk. That's his podcast that he's doing, and he's been there with us from day one too. You know what I mean? He's been there from the jump. He's seen my growth. He helped me with a lot of shows and stuff like that. We did tours and stuff, you know what I mean, back then. So I had a lot of history in the music and doing stuff, you know what I mean?
Sweet, bro. So are you kind of jumping back into it the same way when you go back? Or like, actually, how does your new angle? Because I know you said you're gonna step into more Christian rap.
I want to, you know what I mean? We actually did 2 Christian songs here, you know, but at the same time, like, I'm only me. I'm only human, you know what I mean? And as I said, I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes. You know what I mean? I'm still learning. I'm still, you know, going through. I still kind of satisfy the flesh in a way. But at the same time, like, I'm taking steps to, like, leave that life. You know what I mean? Because as I said, my mom's a pastor. She's forever talking about God to me. You know, that's how I was raised. A lot of families with different religions, they usually follow their family religion. You know what I mean? And that's what they do. So what's the difference with us or me, you know, or you or any one of us? You know what I mean? Especially if we were raised in that. So that's kind of like, I had fun. I did what I need to do. My name's known, like, you know what I mean? And I have nothing to prove to people anymore. I have my own family that's coming up. As I said, I have my wife, I have my bros, them, I have me. So I don't care if people want to be like he fell off or he's washed up or he's whatever. That doesn't even bother me no more. I know what I need to do, and I got to do what's right because I want to, you know what I mean? I want to be somewhere for eternity happy. I don't want to be somewhere for eternity begging and wishing that I can have another chance to. Because like Drake said, you only have one life, you know? But you only die once too. You know, you only live once, and you only die once, right? So what's only truths? What do you want to do with it? You know, and I'm just praying that I can fully transition and be the man that God called me to be honest. You know what I mean?
See, that scares me though, the idea of fully transitioning, because I don't even know what that means, because like at the end of the day, Jesus was the only one who was sinless and perfect and good. Do you think we can accomplish that?
Never.
So I don't think we can.
No,
we'll never be perfect. No one can be perfect.
Where do we be?
But the Bible tells you, there's verses and there's the scriptures, there's the 10 commandments. There's things that tell you how to live. So it's not like, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? If you want to know and you want to do that, you can read the Bible.
It's easy,
and a lot of people will be like, oh, the Bible was rewritten and this and that. But at the same time, it's you. It's what you want to do. Everybody has their own choice. You know? And like, for me, as I said, having a mom that's a pastor, like, I believe the Christian... I don't even say I'm a Christian, to be honest. I just say I'm a man of God.
Same.
Because the word Christianity got tainted, and to say you're a Christian, people have a lot to say. So it's more of a man of God, and it's a lifestyle that I'm going to have to live. And the Bible tells you, and not only that, if you pray and you have one-on-one time, you know, you fast and talk to God really, it's like, the more you... So for instance, this is how I put it, and this is how I tell people, because I do share the word of God with people. I say, yo, if you have a dad and you don't talk to your dad, how are you going to know what your dad wants, bro? You're not going to know. You're going to assume and just go off of your assumptions. But the more you talk to your dad and the more you reason with him and the more you say, yo, Pops, and let him know your heart and share with him, the more he's going to be in tune with you. So not only is it there the commandments, but the more your dad's going to talk through you to know, okay, you shouldn't do this, or this is what you should do, or I got you, don't worry. Like when he told Moses to go free his people, and Moses like, me? Who am I, bro? I can't do that. It's like, what are you sending me for? Like, you can send this king, you can send this freaking big guy, you can, why me? And he's like, yo, because you have to do it. Don't worry, I got you. I got you. So when we just trust, follow, and listen, and obey, our Father will have us.
100%.
And that's the way we'll be able to at least make it up there. You know, it's not on our strength or our will, it's on His.
It's on His, always.
And that's how it works, you know?
On the thing to tell you that the reason why it was more deeper than what you really said, but with Moses, the only reason why he said that to him, because Moses knew he was literate. And why would you use me, bro? Like, I am nobody. Like, why would you use this person, this person? So basically, Moses knew he was an idiot. So you're making me go do this over there with these guys? So I have to go to Jaden Finch and tell the man right now to make sure they hand me their burners? That's crazy.
That's not
I don't know why I use that metaphor, but that's how deep it gets for everybody that knows what I'm talking about. Right now, somebody told me to go over to Jaden. Hey guys, I'm back right here. But God told me to put the burners.
And you want me to tell the man that slapped people for no reason? He killed people for no reason. I have to tell him to give me his gun? I'm not doing that. I'm not
something
doing
like that. But the reason why he was saying, like, he's like, the way he pronounced it, like Moses did. No, he was like, bro. What? And yo, bro, I can't even. I'm not doing it.
Well, a lot of prophets, I heard this recently, but a lot of prophets kind of rue the day they were born, like regret it, but they still follow God and talk to God directly. Like there's the guy who got eaten by the fish, I forget that story.
Jonah,
yeah, got swallowed by the fish.
Right, and just regretted it, hated it, 3 days in the belly of a fish, got out, and then he just follows doing God's word. But
and scientists said that could never happen until I saw a guy get swallowed in his kayak the other day on YouTube.
Only scientists know. I thought
well, obviously they're going to try to debunk anything that sounds unreal, right? Because you can use, because if you take God out of the equation, like that's obviously physically, scientifically,
it doesn't make sense.
There you go. So, but at the end of the day, I just saw a guy get swallowed on YouTube by a whale, and he spit him in the kayak out. And I was like, and they were like, oh damn.
Wait, this is a legit thing.
Calm down. Go check it out.
Dang,
you could just do it, but you can see it. Yeah, for sure. Scientists,
Another thing that I see, like on the media and the YouTube, and I have to ask myself this, and I don't know if any of you guys noticed and asked yourself this, but when you really look into it right now, from what I tell you, they always, in movies, in sitcoms, mock Jesus.
They do.
They always mock Jesus and make Jesus look bad. What other religion gets that? No religion, not Buddhism, not Hinduism, not Muslims. They don't disrespect none of the religions, but only Jesus. In movies, everything that you could think of, commercials, they always disrespect Jesus and make him look away. Why is that?
Because it's why not mock the truth?
You know, exactly. They taint the truth. So I just want you guys to look into that for yourself and think about that. Like, why is that?
Right
like,
now, it's a problem tomorrow. Do you see?
You can't mock Hinduism. You can't mock the Muslims. You can't mock
You can't even
Buddhism.
mock Jews.
You can't exactly. You can't do that. But Jesus, you can.
Yeah.
To make everybody turn, and everybody believes it, and they turn away. They laugh. They laugh at God. They laugh at. They make fun of Jesus doing the resurrection. They make fun of all that stuff.
It's the easiest thing to do. Kodak Black said, "Yo, I don't even believe in Jesus, but I gotta
Jesus
piece,
right?
yeah.
So it shows you right now. It's just the most popular thing to wear. People will just wear something that it's a fad, and who cares? But I know it's that you can never. No one's gonna be able to. If guys, whoever's gonna put on any quotes after this conversation for that situation, don't do it, because it's a question. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, like so with the Tory Lanez thing, so like him going in jail with Megan Thee Stallion, I feel like so with a lot of artists is that like, cause you hear this talk a lot lately, talking about Illuminati, and like the machine that runs the music. So it's like when a lot of artists step out to that and they don't want, even actors, not only artists, actors, athletes, when they start talking about the machine and talking about what the industry is doing, and you know, you see a lot of people that passed away, and it's like you have, like as I said, you have Whitney Houston, you have Left Eye, you have Michael Jackson, you have XXXTentacion, you know what I mean? You have all these different people that when they speak out the truth, that's kind of going against what the industry wants. Because if you see it, like the drill stuff became popular, killing people. So if you're not talking about killing people and drilling and Draco and this and that, what, we don't want to hear you? Yeah. Look at King Von, look how big he went for talking about drilling, and there's lots of other artists that's doing that. Young and Ace right now, Julio Fulio that died. Yeah. But it's like, they died, I guess, through street politics and stuff. But there's artists that actually talk about the industry and what they're doing to artists, and then they end up dying when they speak out. Or you see a certain artists like, okay, let's say, Britney Spears. She comes into the game, wholesome, hit me baby one more time, and then later on she balls her head and she's going crazy. Now they say she's crazy. Yeah. DMX, one of his own friends gave him drugs, gave him crack, and then made him smoke. Why? Like, you know what I mean? Like Jay-Z was going against him.
Same with Orlando Brown. Have you seen some of his?
Orlando, of course, I seen Orlando. Like, you know, so this is the thing, and then they deem you as you're crazy. Yeah. He's talking smack. Like, who is this guy? Like, they make you look a certain kind of way to lose followings, to lose business, to lose getting booked and all that kind of stuff when you're going against the industry. And it goes back to when you were saying, like, who was in control of music in heaven? Lucifer, right? Yeah. So it's you just got to be mindful and just take heed to what's going on. Don't be blinded, you know what I mean? Yeah. About the stuff.
Be vigilant.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't let your guard down.
Exactly.
Where are we going next time? It's just my story.
Pardon me?
Where were we going next?
I was just deep in the thought.
No, basically, my next move. What I want people to take about this is like not only religion, but like, you know, if you are a person of religion and you're following and you want to set a right example, that's why I was discussing that, and that's my opinion. I'm not saying that is the exact what you have to do. That's just my opinion on where I'm going with it. For me, doing music, I don't really want to. As I said, I adopted a boy. I have daughters, and I want to set the right example for them. That's why I was kind of going melodic and kind of singing. And if you noticed, a lot of artists, when they come out, they start off talking about the hood and rapping and trapping and doing all the shootings. But as they get better and they get more fans and they see something they can take serious, you see the transition in the music. It's always like that. It starts off rap, nipping and chopping and this and that. And then once you start realizing, oh, I can do something with this, you start really becoming an artist, you know what I mean? A musician where you're singing like this, you're catering to everybody, except it's not only one specific crowd of people, which is your neighborhood, the man on the block. Now you're catering to a variety of people. You know, you're more thinking, okay, I can't just be rapping about this. I gotta rap about life experiences. I gotta rap about relationships. I gotta rap about controversy. You know, I gotta do it all to get everybody, you know what I mean? And that's part of a great artist, you know what I mean?
As he was saying too, a person was asking me why don't I rap sometimes, and I feel like, I guess the content and the things I'm gonna rap about, what I'm used to rapping about, but one of the biggest reasons were because we do have kids, right? Yeah. And it's easy for me to rap about the things I've been through, and so you got to watch how you say things. Right? You have to wordplay how you're saying. It's either this is what I'm doing or this is what I used to do. Because if you have a daughter and you're talking about, I got that shorty on that booty pop, she got that, I got her in my house, like, bro, she's gonna. So when I try to talk to her about a certain way of living. She'd be
Yeah.
like, didn't you just say that on the track? You know what I mean? So as you get older, you figure like, and even if it has nothing to even do with religion, some people just have a conscious mind as they get older and see all the things they've been through, and yeah, they feel like maybe I don't want to, because like I said on another interview, right? Kids in Toronto right now, they can't, if you don't rap about a certain content, you're not gonna really be. Some people don't even want to rap like that, and then they end up rapping like that. Then you get your cards drawn, and then now you're in a beef that you're not even a good. You know how many good youths that I know that got killed in Toronto because they came in a rap game and they just said what they had to say just to get numbers, and people took it seriously and they died. And it was like, wow. And then some people are scared to do that, to come out and rap regular things. They might think you're just rapping like, you know, like just rapping anything, just rapping about this, rapping about that. But if you don't have like a team behind you and a record label, people don't hear you in Toronto, you know what I mean? Yeah. So out here I saw a difference where people were just being freely rapping without even like being in a vibe where they're talking about gangs and they're talking about how much money they made. It's just actual art. You know what I mean? So that was a difference.
Well, and one thing that I seen that you guys were talking about, you two, on one of your reels, you were talking about if there's any artists out here that's worthy of blowing and making the name for Calgary.
I don't think we said worthy.
Well, you know what I mean. And you guys were talking about which artist out here has what it takes to blow, or which artist out here do we know that's good enough to blow that we can back from Calgary to know that this is an artist. Basically, that's, in other words, what you guys are talking about. And you guys did mention some names, but another reason why you guys wouldn't or shouldn't mention certain names is because a lot of people are going to say that's bias, and a lot of people are going to be like, "Nah, I don't agree." And it's not to say that that's the names that he's saying that could blow. It's just to say who's the individual that we like so much what they're talking about and rapping about, that we come together as a community to boost that artist. And when he blows, then there's going to be the next. And we do the same for the next and the next and the next. And you don't really want to call out no name because, as I said,
but
a lot of people are going to feel like...
unity was there. I guess that we were trying to say the unity's not there.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah, so if anybody that took that wrong in perspective, you know what I mean? Like, for sure, we're not here to give a
call out any name, because everybody has their own opinion.
How to blow, because at the end of the day, Toronto used to be a city where we used to pretend we were all from the States. And all rappers, we didn't even like to represent that we were from Toronto. We used to act different, like until I'm not saying Drake brought out a different vibe, but there's a lot of artists that made things to a point where we structured up, and now that we got that scene, now we don't have the right to like hate on any other cities that didn't come up on that vibe, right? Because you got a lot of cities that pay their whole structure is playing on this music, country, this, or hockey's the popular sport in there.
Basketball,
or,
baseball.
You know, Vancouver lost their basketball team because no one going to the team. So you know what I mean? Raptors stay there because Toronto's a city that just loves their team whether they lose or not. So we just have this community vibe over in Toronto.
You know what though? All of Canada has the Raptors back.
There you go. That's why we had 1 million people at the motherfucking Raptors parade when we won.
Of course.
Never thought we would have won. That was fucked up.
But another thing, you guys do have artists out here that have the talent to make it and blow.
100%.
Put Calgary on the map. You know, and then you have to remember too, there's a lot of artists that probably not even out there, that didn't even come up. They don't have a backative. They don't have a team, so they feel like they're unworthy, or they feel like, who's going to hear my voice? But that talent of who's going to set the bar and the standard for Calgary and actually blow for people to feel like Calgary has it is here. So it's not like it's not here.
It's like
you guys do have it.
Yeah,
you know
they
what I mean?
feel like they have to leave anywhere, but at the end of the day, they don't even know. At the end of the day, since I've been out here, I know that if Toronto heard certain Calgary artists, they'd be like, I want to do a track with that person. Or I want to do, because they did that bridge in the gap that we were talking about. It's not even for Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg, like Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan, probably people are like, what the hell? No one even hears us, because they'd rather stay local, because that's where some people are fans in their own, some people are stars in their own cities, and they don't even know that the city would love them, because they don't even want to go through that pressure and get denied, because how you gonna go somewhere else and blow? But if we all start migrating with each other and like bridging gaps, it will be crazy. And I know we always say Toronto all the time, and because that's where I'm from, and I see
Toronto's
city.
Also the only city on the map other than
but I get it. But at the end of the day, I know I there's this whole bunch of
Well, where was
But anyways, yo.
what's his name? Is it Belly? Where was Belly from? Ottawa, no? Or,
Yeah, he's from Ottawa. Yeah,
yeah,
big up
Belly was from Ottawa, and he was doing it big before Drake, just
gotta
before
cut
Drake.
yourself for a second
You know,
still.
so
Yeah. Well, that's for my pieces. Like, there's not enough people that have their back. So when I name names or when I like have an idea of who I think is gonna do something in this city, it's more so for the people who I think are gonna be involved with the person who does put Calgary on the map. If it is a single person, because like as much as we try to say like Drake opened the door, like Justin Bieber opened the door for Toronto, like all these people who actually made it big.
Weekend.
It's because
Alyssa Cara.
Weekend, yeah, but it's
Tory
because
Lanez,
it's because
yeah.
all of Canada
Tory
had their
Lanez.
back because they're all looking at them as like, oh yeah, there are artists. Like there's some sort of like nationalism or some sort of like I don't even know what to call it.
well, the difference, Drake started off already doing episodes.
Yeah, he was in.
So he had like a little
TV.
buzz of fan buzz, but
Yeah.
man like Tory Lanez was giving out CDs. Man like Justin Bieber was doing covers,
Just
singing
street
on
songs,
YouTube
yeah,
back.
got discovered.
Exactly, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
everybody has their own little path and walk that they were doing to help get them to where they were. But they put their talent out there. They believed in themselves so much. They
Yeah.
whether I had a crew or not, I'm blowing.
Yeah.
So they worked hard to get where they're getting, regardless of who they had. And the more they did it, the more it worked out for them, and we see that now. You know what I mean? We see it now.
Yeah.
So with this music thing, I just feel like I'm gonna get in tune. I'm just gonna be mindful. I'm going back to Toronto in 2 days. You know, I'm gonna be mindful. I have a lot of people that want to do. The Natural Born Killer guy, he wants to do a track with me when I get back. So it's just about my topics, what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And I will be getting back into music, doing some music.
You
I
should.
was thinking about doing Christianity music too. You
Why
know what I
not?
mean?
That's just
Talking
popular
different.
now.
Yeah, but you'd have to put it under a different name than Risky.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'd have to change it. I'd have to
Ooh.
figure out how I'm gonna word it, how am I gonna word my name or whatever.
Yeah, 'cause it's
but
gotta
you
be-
know,
it's gotta be
or just take
Yo,
some
but
time off to.
keeping the names
to-
kind of makes people, a lot of people, you get keep it from both sides, right? People will be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you changed."
Yeah,
New people, so
that's true.
so I think you keeping yourself. It shows people that you can change. You can't change your name because your name is. You know what I mean? You can't change your name. Moses.
Or I
no,
should have a
none of
word
them
for the
change their
G.
name just because
I
they
can make the G actual word. You know what I mean?
risky guy.
Hey.
You can't say that.
You know what I mean? Whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Risky
Whatever,
Ginger.
you
But
know what I
anyways,
mean?
but it's true. Like, you know what? At the end of the day, it is about you just do what you want to do in life. You know, with music and how you do it. Because these days, even if you want to reach out to people, make your money in this music, you have genres right now that you can do anything. And I know my bro. Like, no matter what type of music, he can go from techno to R&B. It doesn't matter. As long
Another
as you
thing
do
that I
it.
feel like I could tap into, or I was thinking to tap into, is doing some artist development, because I have an ear for music.
Yeah.
You know, and I can teach people how to make songs. A lot of people don't know the format and the basis of how to make songs.
Yeah.
They just throw their bars out there.
Yeah.
They don't know where to put the hook. You know, they don't know what a 16
Yeah,
is or an
actually,
8.
for that,
huh?
So I
Bridge
could,
or
I
outro,
could
yeah.
get into something where I'm doing artist development and helping youth, you know, craft their song properly. You know what I mean? If I don't continue with the music,
Yeah.
but stay involved in music somehow in some way. You know what I mean?
Teaching the technical aspects is important because a lot of people, everyone can do it. Everyone can spit. Everybody can make a track, but
Yeah.
doing it, they're like the formula's already out there for
Exactly, yeah,
what
yeah.
works and what works best, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Anyways, boys, like where you want to wrap this up at? Because we've been here for a minute.
We haven't been
I'm
here
just
for
gonna
a
say,
minute.
I'm gonna miss you
This
guys, man.
Yo.
I see the Urban
You're gonna
Podcast
miss
doing
us
its
or
thing.
Calgary. You're gonna
Yo,
miss
no,
you.
I'm gonna. What do you mean? I was a part of this, bro. Like you guys
Yeah.
never seen. I was here most of
Yeah,
episodes
they're not gonna
behind the
remember you
cameras.
back
You know,
there.
watching
Wow.
everything. You know, so I'm gonna miss it, bro. Like you know what I mean. I gained a new family out here. I thank Mike for friggin' letting us come in and use Jump Shot Records. Shout out to Jump Shot Records, you know, because this is where it popped off, you know what I mean? And who knows if it wasn't for him allowing this to happen, how it would have transitioned. So shout out to Mike, shout out to Zach, who's behind the cameras. Shout out to Stacy for reaching out to the artists and booking artists. Shout out to Jordan that was already doing it, that came out here to be a part of. He's seen a movement, he's seen something great in it, and wanted to
saw
come
that
and
greatness.
put himself involved
greatness.
where he can help bring it
Greatness.
back to that next level. And shout out to my bro, came from Toronto, that knows like a lot of things that you guys think
Calgarian,
about
though, you know
that
what
don't
it is.
share. You know what I mean? A lot of things that Calgary wants to do but didn't do it. My brother came out here, took a step. He had to go through who not liking him and who not wanting to link people and let
All
people know
love.
that it's more. It's not about us and who we like and who we feel. It's about urban migration and getting it done. So shout out to you guys. I'm gonna miss you guys. It was great, but the link is there. We're family, and we're always gonna be connected no matter what. You know what I mean?
Make sure you go to
you
Toronto and
gotta
you
know,
make
man.
things happen, bro. You know what it
You know what I mean?
is.
For
But
sure, brother. For sure.
You don't know respect. You don't know Calgary. You don't want to stand up. Urban migration podcast, fresh talk. You know what it is. You know what it is.
Oh yeah, the booth.
The
Oh,
booth.
time for
We
the
got
booth.
the
We have the booth with the 2 F's.
I got you guys, man.
With
I
the
got
two
you
F's.
guys.
I was kind of. If you guys saw me off camera right now, people were trying to. In my background, people were trying to let me know it was the booth with
The
F.
booth.
The booth.
Zach is gonna put it right
Zach's
there. The
against
booth.
Get in the booth, man.
Booth.
So big up to Urban Migration.
So, yeah, I got
You know,
dropping out of
your
booth.
boy Risky G, your favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
Calm down.
You know what I mean?
Let's go.
I got something for you guys, man. I got
Don't
something for
worry,
you guys.
he's
man.
got room to grow.
Yeah.
The ego's still there.
It's all good. He's gonna give you guys a little exclusive.
Salute.
Yo.
Ah, bless up. What up?
You know what it is? It's your boy Risky G. I'm coming to give my quick hot 16 in the booth. You know what I mean? So without further ado, let's get it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let me know. Eastside Early. BMC. Your boy Risky G. Your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. Yeah.
I will not go where I'm not supposed to be. I just want to for my family. I keep the door on the right side of me. Then tonight you will see. They say with my rapping skills, I could've won trophies. And I still hail up man, even if man don't know me. And I'm always stressed, so I smoke weed, no bogey. Yo, shout out Cliff, and shout out Liquor Man Roll Me. But I've been on the block when the block was lava. I don't wear Gucci, I don't wear Prada. Them man gully, us man Gaza. Girls call me daddy, cause I'm their father. So don't say a word, don't say nada. Smoke a spliff on level, just ease on settle. Bring the dog them in. I told the dog, so I have a food. Now watch the dog them grin. As long as niggas is loyal, then man always win. And I dare any nigga to try, cause I've been roaming. I've been looking for a brain to fry. You ain't got a better game than I'm in the game for good. I could've swore you was saying goodbye, like gone. After the papes, chasing it down like I'm last in the race. Cause my kids need some food and my mom need a place. I got no time to chill, I got no time to waste. Heard they calling me summer now, cause I want some of this, I want some of that. And when this is done, then I'm coming back. For no little things, I want a couple racks. Like, I'm not supposed to be. I just want for my family. On the right side of me. Then tonight you will see.